Hello everyone, welcome back to KotOR2. We have just saved Queen Talia. Kriya brought General Tobin essentially back to life. Well, you know, he was gravely wounded and she healed him and told him about the Jedi on Telos and said that we are vulnerable because they're still around. So you are, well, yeah, definitely more to do with you than what meets the eye. Well, we always knew that, but I didn't know she was an out-and-out enemy, of course, you know. The war is far from over and all that, but Ayanna knows nothing about that. You said you were with General Vlaklu and you wanted him dead, but I guess because you didn't want him to capture him so he would talk or whatever, maybe he became a liability because he lost. That's just the way the Sith work, isn't it? Anyway.
The Force
Put that from
works
our
in
minds.
mysterious ways, it seems. There are times I'm not convinced it doesn't have a sense of humor. We spent all this time looking for you, and you came to us. I thought you might return to Onderon. Looks like just in time.
You were looking for me?
I told the other masters that our only chance to figure out what was happening to us was to find you, and try to understand what happened to you. I don't know how much you know, but this threat that's striking at the Jedi, it's attacking us through the Force. Varuk didn't believe me, but he was willing to travel to Dantooine, if only to help the settlers there, and perhaps protect what was left of the Jedi Enclave. Whatever the reason, having us all drop out of sight, I thought might make the enemy more bold. But then you happened. You came back, and you became a new target for whoever was attacking us.
Why did you choose this place to hide? He said, I wasn't hiding.
They were places touched by war, and we thought there was a chance you would return to these worlds, if only to try and make peace with what happened there during the war. But now the Sith have revealed themselves. That means the remaining Jedi will gather on Dantooine. From there, we can counterattack.
Why not Telos?
Telos? But Telos was destroyed during the Jedi Civil War. I heard they're trying to rebuild.
But Atris is on Telos, as we all know. Atris intends to rebuild the Jedi Order. Atris is there to aid in the rebuilding. Yeah.
Atris? I thought Atris had gone to KotOR.
Nope.
Too many Jedi have scattered. The Council needs to gather. We cannot remain concealed any longer.
What happened on KotOR?
We knew that someone was preying on us, hunting us. Finally, the Jedi decided to take action, and called a secret conclave on KotOR to decide what must be done. Before the meeting could even begin, all the Jedi on the planet were killed, along with the Miralukas and all other life on the planet. Their deaths could be felt throughout the galaxy. So the Council decided that we must not present ourselves as a target again. The consequences to others were just too great. That we should use our resources to find who was responsible and deal with them. I think you're the only one who's made progress.
Questions?
The difficulties you surmounted to get here. You must have many questions. You deserve answers.
I'm actually going to get answers. Right, the Sith have revealed themselves is another question, Kriya. Well, she's right there, but I saw a holo recording of the Jedi Council meeting where you cast me out.
So, you heard what we said. These questions I cannot answer. This is something the Council must answer, not I. You must understand, this is hard for me, especially after all you've done, but it is necessary.
Why is it hard for you?
Did you know that when I was training you, I considered making you my Padawan? I didn't. The demands of the Jedi Council were too great, but I considered you a friend. I even tried to convince you to become a Jedi Guardian. We could have used someone like you. So the decision that had to be made was not easy. But I cannot say anything more.
Let's talk about something else.
Whatever I can tell you, I will.
Okay, well, why'd you come here?
It's a long story, but there's a reason the Jedi have scattered across the galaxy. We've come to worlds such as this one. Worlds touched by war, or great tragedies, can be felt within the Force, strongly. We thought that by traveling to such worlds, it would help conceal us from the eyes of the enemy, and they were places we thought we might find you.
Well, that was sound
Whatever
thinking,
I
'cause
can tell
it
you,
kind
I
of
will.
worked, hasn't it? Where are all the Jedi then? Well, we kind of know that, don't we? The Sith have revealed themselves. You just said that to us, but we'll say it back to you.
I know that all too well. I came here to find them, to trace them to their source. The war on Duxon and Onderon. I had thought that perhaps the tragedies that occurred here were concealing them.
Did you succeed?
You've had more success than I. General Vaklu's men and their allies effectively kept me pinned inside the palace. I felt all along that Vaklu had contacted the Sith, but the identity and purpose of the Sith, I can't say.
Why did the Sith come here?
They wanted to aid General Vaklu in breaking away from the Republic. If Onderon became independent, this place would be an excellent staging ground for them. But I fear it was more than that. That the consequences of Onderon's fall would have greater implications for the galaxy.
Thought the Sith were defeated at the end of the Jedi Civil War.
The Jedi Order has been fighting the dark side since the beginning. Our rules and the Jedi Code provide protection from what's inside each of us. The dark side is always there, and it is something that can never truly be defeated. I feel our current troubles, though, are beyond what we faced before. This threat that is targeting us, drawing us out, it's not a battle we're used to, and it has ended many of us.
Do you know anything about the threat?
Not enough. I feel it is something that was born from the wars that have struck the Republic. The threat is Sith, but the manner and timing of their attacks is difficult to defend against. We don't know all that the Sith planned during the Jedi Civil War. What secret training grounds may still remain. What worlds he discovered. We just don't know. Even after we deal with this current threat, I fear we may be dealing with the legacy of the Jedi Civil War for years to come.
Looks completely uninterested in everything. Let's talk about something else then.
Whatever I can tell you, I will.
For example, why did you cast me out of the Order?
There was nothing else we could do. You defied the Council. You followed Revan to war. I know why you did it, but in so doing, much more harm was done. But you must understand, the exile was never the punishment you thought it to be. We could not have made you do such a thing in any event. I think you knew, inside, what you needed to do in order to heal.
What do you mean? Perhaps so. You gave me time to reflect. Yeah, maybe it did.
All those lives during the Mandalorian Wars, and all those you served beside. Too much death leaves echoes in the Force. It is the price for having such connections. I suspect that is why you chose to accept the Council's judgment, to wander beyond the Rim, and why you traveled with no one, and did not stay in any place too long. I have thought of you since your trial, and there are times when I wonder if being connected to the Force is always the gift it is believed to be. Whatever.
But I've re-established my connection with the Force.
You always had deep connections to the Force. I'm glad to see that it is once again your ally. When I first sparred with you during your training as a Padawan, I could tell that you were different. And it wasn't just your strong connection to the Force. Whatever.
Alright, what about the Force bond with Kriya? Now, what if... yeah, because, right, so maybe try and... It's really hard to piece this sort of together, but I've got this Force bond with Kriya, so maybe Kriya is the reason I've got the Force back. Why the Sith would want that when they're trying to kill me, though, is kind of odd. And why she went to face down that other Sith guy and he cut off her hand when they're on the same side, or at least they're both against the Jedi, but then again we saw the flashback where they, you know, she suffered indignities. So maybe she's using me somehow to get at them when really she wants to get the Jedi as well. And she knows the Jedi won't really have me back because they cast me out. So she's got her own agenda, separate from the Sith and everything. So, but why would she want General Vaklu? Why would she need him? Interesting. Regardless, let's tell him about this Force bond with Kriya. Maybe she's off looting or something.
That sounds like
or
the
raising
bond
the
that often
enemies.
Forms between master and apprentice. But to that degree, you always did form connections to others, strong ones, even when you were a student. But what you are describing is beyond me. I'm sure others in the Jedi Council would be able to assist you.
Yeah, right.
If you could find them.
You know what? I've found plenty. No one's telling me anything about that.
There is something I would like to teach you. It is a technique which, I believe, will aid you in the trials ahead.
Is it more lightning?
The philosophy of Force Mastery states that a Jedi's powers are best used without the direct intent to harm another. Here is a form that will aid in that philosophy. Through careful concentration, the duration of many of your Force powers will be enhanced. But be cautious when you face Dark Jedi. This form drains energy quickly.
I don't think I'll be
and
using it.
decreases resistance to force powers.
I'm not going to be using it. Thank you. So it increases buff time.
Excellent. I'm impressed with how quickly you've mastered this form. I always knew you were gifted. I'm
Again.
going to Dantooine. The Jedi Council vowed to assemble again when the Sith revealed themselves. Now that they've attacked Onderon, we can act. Our paths will cross again. May the Force be with you.
Keep hearing that the more I get into the game.
I'm sorry to keep you here. I needed to thank you personally for all of your help. Onderon owes both you and Master Kavar a debt that can never truly be repaid. Battles still wage in our streets, but by morning the conflict should be over. I recognize you must leave soon, but please, take this. I had also planned on giving you some relics from Onderon's past, but Vaklu's troops looted our museum. I hope the credits and my sincere thanks are enough. Captain Bostuko has made arrangements for a shuttle to take you to your ship. I fear it will be quite some time before you can come back. The war was brief but destructive. I will focus all of my energy on rebuilding Isis. Thank you again. I must go.
You're welcome, I guess.
If you will follow me, I will take you to your shuttle.
Oh, there's still loot. Oh well. Oh no, wait, no, there's still loot. You said you had to go, you're still there. I wonder what we got. Oh, okay, no, we are going. That music just get you every time. Every time it gets you.
It's good to see you've returned safely.
Hello.
What happened on Onderon?
I single-handedly ended a what? Yeah, it's been dealt with.
I hope that Onderon's new unity of leadership will ensure their continued cooperation with the Republic.
We should return to the Ebon Hawk now and plot our next course of action.
Level up! You've also got something for us, haven't you? I had not forgotten about that. Shove some in strength. Nothing's really standing out at me. We could go into Flurry or Power Blast, or I mean, we've got full toughness, haven't we? So just a bunch of skills and stealth, and maybe that one. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Yeah, what did you pick up that we said we were going to... it's this one, isn't it? The Ceremonial Shield. Yeah, we'll just put... yeah, that one probably. Okay. And you... We've already got Ionisar's armband. And now we'll have this one. I think I'm wearing this though because of the look it gives my character, really. It's pretty good. Do you need demolitions? I mean, Fortitude is quite nice. Immunity to fire and slashing. Dexterity. Yeah, why not? There you go. We'll trade. Alright. I'm asking how he got on, by the way.
Yes?
Maybe not the time. I mean, no, we've got to do it some other time. Like, you know, when we get back to the ship.
Ready to head back to camp.
Yes.
Follow me then.
I have no need of an escort. But I do have need of fast travel. It will just help. Right. Anything to say?
Talia has hidden depths as a leader. There is more to warfare than mastery of battle tactics. Equally important is the ability to motivate the troops that carry your banner. Vaklu was formidable, but through all of the Queen's hardships, she kept her army together. Tactics can be learned, but some elements of leadership are innate. This bodes well for her future.
Glad you agree. Anyone else have anything to say about...
Mandalore will gather the scattered clans. We will... The next war, I will not be trapped on this moon with just my hydro spinner. The scouts have reported no new activity since... Well, it's quiet.
I'll be good now. Alright then. I want to talk to that dude over there because he hates me.
Does your journey go well? Last communication I heard indicates that the war still rages on Isis.
Yeah.
Does your journey go well?
Well, it does. I thought that...
Communication I heard indicates that...
Who am I talking to then? What are we doing?
The
Oh,
war
do we just go back to the ship,
rages
don't we? Hang on.
Isis.
Clicking everywhere, doing nothing. Okay, so this is nothing. This is nothing. 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 So... Alright, we didn't have to come back here at all. I mean, I could have done to sell stuff. I ain't gonna. Alright, sorry, I didn't want to come back here at all. I don't know why I came back here. I thought you might have something to...
Ready to head back.
It's nice that
Follow me.
they react to what you said, you know, what you've done. Now we'll meditate with that, with Disciple. What now? Who are you?
Of course. It would be my pleasure.
Meditation envy?
Why don't you go sit on a rocket?
Calm down. What is your problem?
It's Carl.
I don't want to talk about it.
Alright, you know, Atten, sometimes it's no wonder you can't figure yourself out
fuck
the way
off.
you lie to
Yeah.
yourself all the time. I've hunted a lot of people in my line of work, but I never met someone who wants to get lost more than you do. I've got a pretty good idea why, but not the whole picture. I will, though. My advice? Come clean before I find out.
That guy, I don't trust him.
I do. I mean, he's alright, I guess. He's like someone who watches too many holovids. Or teaches them.
Yeah, you're right. He's boring.
Yeah, and that puts him a few ranks up the ladder from you.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm not boring.
No, you're more like a shifty, lying idiot with a tendency to complain about every little thing and offer only small bits of helpful advice if pressured.
Huh.
He'd get beaten to death on Nar Shaddaa almost as soon as he landed, though.
Oh, that's good to hear. Thought I had some competition there.
Oh, well, it's not really a competition. I mean, you're kind of an idiot, Atten, and you don't shower enough, and you scratch your equipment when you think no one's looking. Don't take it too hard, though. That still makes you better than most people I've met on Nar Shaddaa.
Thanks.
And stop watching her. She's got enough problems.
Do you need a hand? No, I don't. Go back to your training. I'll call you if I need someone useless.
Is there some problem? I was only offering to help.
Problem? No, no problem. Just wondering how long you're planning to stick around.
For as long as she needs me, of course.
How heroic of you. Well, she doesn't need you. In fact, we were doing just fine until you showed up.
Actually, there are times when it seems you could use some help.
Always with the details, aren't you? You can't fool me. You have some agenda. Spying on her. Always keeping your eye on her.
No, I don't. I simply admire her. She has many qualities worthy of respect, and a strength that matches her beauty. Surely you've noticed.
Yeah, and I noticed first.
Oh!
So cut it out.
I like it.
And another thing, stop being all noble around her in your big hero way.
He's
She
jealous.
sees right through your little act. She likes honest guys, not guys who run around being unselfish and heroic all the time.
I thought she was the hero. There was a pattern to Revan's attacks during the Jedi Civil War. He sought to convert Jedi, not kill them. But that is not all. In fact, he fought to keep the infrastructure intact, killed certain political leaders that would lead to destabilization. First Patriarch Lelin Dor of Sirocco, the Corellian diplomat Mimas Yun, and Yusunas of Achani.
Yeah, Malik didn't seem too concerned with keeping the Republic intact.
No, you're correct. The pattern ends with Malik. At that point, worlds die indiscriminately. Or seem to. Taris, Dantooine, all become targets during this time.
What do you think Revan's plan was?
I think he was trying to unify the galaxy against some other threat.
What?
I do not know.
Figures.
And that concerns me.
Yeah, maybe someone's blocking your thoughts. Well, we're back on here. Right, let's... where is he? Where does he hang out? I forget. Oh, he's in the med bay, isn't he? And that's down here.
Yes? Is something wrong?
Questions?
That is hardly surprising.
What about the whole meditation thing? How come I can only do that in the middle of a jungle in the pouring rain, but I can't do it on the ship? Alright, let's ask about... Something happened on Duxon. You look unsettled.
The temple on Duxon held many dangers, and I was unprepared for them. It was too much for me. At the end, I failed you, and I failed myself.
No you didn't. But what happened?
I gave in to the dark side.
Oh.
Felt its power.
Right.
And I was tempted. Even though we won, there was no victory.
Everyone fails sometimes. It's what we do after that matters. I think that is entirely true and something you should say.
There is truth in what you say. Thank you.
Questions?
That is hardly a surprise.
Well... I could train you to feel the Force again if you want.
It is not time.
Hang on, if I leave... Oh, I thought I gained influence with him. Well, let's have a few more little words about him.
That...
Oh, it's gone. Because I think I've done all this before. What do you do again? Tell me about your training now. We've kind of seen all this, haven't we?
Many Jedi went to go. The teacher was... Never. I have seen you, traveled with you. My life was mine, not chained to yours.
Could train you to feel it again.
It is not...
No. Alright. Fine. I think we should leave and come back. Hi, T3, how you doing? You alright? Doing good? Yeah. How did you get here, T3? Were you on the Ebon Hawk with Kriya? Were you on the Ebon Hawk with Kriya? Were you on the Ebon Hawk with Kriya? Answer the question. But where did the Ebon Hawk come from? Yes, but where did it come from? Why are you smoking? T3? Don't you dwoo me! Let's push him. Oh, if you don't know, then just say, I like him! You know, there's T3 and there's Disciple, who at least my character believes are straight up, you know? Maybe even HK. That's kind of it, really. Who she trusts. She wanted to... I mean, Mira's too guarded. Aten, she's never really connected with because their personalities are too different. You know, even though he obviously likes her, I don't think she has the faintest idea of that. If you don't, just say so. If you didn't know, just say so. Don't start season up on me. Maybe I should push him with that. How's Ebon Hawk? And the astro navigation system? You locked it. Why do you do that? Protect who? Under whose orders? An old friend, you say? Is it the same person in the hologram? But how did the Ebon Hawk come back here from where it was dangerous and why? We've been
I'm
through this.
leaving this message inside you because
Yeah.
I've seen glimpses of the future. And the bond that he and I share does not allow him to hide everything from me. More of his memories have returned, and they trouble him. He has remembered something. Something on the edge of the galaxy, and he believes that he must go there to end it. But I am afraid for him. Afraid that he may not return. I need you to be the beacon, T3. If he is lost out there, on the edge of the galaxy, if he finds whatever terrible thing he has seen, then he may not survive. If he doesn't make it back, then I need you to return to the Republic. Find help. If you cannot find me, then seek out other Jedi. The Republic, I can't lose him, even if he believes he is protecting me.
Yeah, we've seen this before. Good to know. All these, this web that's going on, it's really interesting. I'm leaving and coming back, you know? Just me. No, just, that's fine. Okay, just, yeah, that's fine. He's going to level up by quite a bit, I imagine. I don't know how to work with you.
Something up?
It's all about Pazak.
Alright.
What's the Mandalorian was?
It's another story.
Yeah. I thought it might be. You know, you want to get a girl's attention, you gotta do just that, basically, rather than being all cagey and stuff. Oh. This should be interesting. Huh.
Is there? Must be hearing things. But for a moment.
You can't see her. That's so weird. Hello. You did well. I love how he was like so disinterested in everything, you know, when we were... Oh, this is where the handmaiden would be.
Yes? Yes?
Or maybe I said the wrong thing to him before, but we're having the same bloody conversation again. It's ruined my immersion. How are you doing, Mandalore, by the way?
Yeah, what do you want? The Republic is a...
Yeah, we know.
Open your eyes. The ease of our attack was as much a testament to the strength of the Mandalorian clans as only then did the battle turn. But as you know...
Sorry, I'm kind of skipping because I think I've seen this before.
Then the Jedi were fools as well. I'm not accusing you of being a coward. Now...
We're not getting anywhere with him, are we? Let's go and see Kriya. That's not Kriya.
Yes? Have you come with questions?
Probably.
Ask, and I will answer.
Will you? What about the NSI crystal? What about the... Is that his master?
He, if he can truly be called a man,
Alright,
he spared the Miraluka, and that may have been the last show. Keep his slave close to you.
Leeches the Force type thing.
It is a technique that...
Yep, seen that.
Yes, and he...
Feeds on the Force, feeds on destruction.
Ask.
If the Jedi cast you out, how come Atris and only Jedi mentioned you? Because they forgot.
Ignorance. And perhaps they do not remember.
You're lying.
Am I? And on the... as I...
Yeah, and we've been to this at least twice before. Okay. The crystal I could bring you...
That crystal is bonded to you. Through you it acquired... Most interesting. Your crystal does not perfectly reflect your current self.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought so, because we've changed and stuff, and maybe our alignment's slightly, although we've leveled up and such. I think it just enhances what you've... what you've got. How many credits do we have? 30,000. I haven't even been bothered with selling stuff. But this isn't a game about bartering, nor is it a game really about the combat. It's all about the characters and the plot and everything.
Yes? That crystal is bonded to... Let me focus on the crystal for a moment. There. Now it is fully in tune. Is there something...
Jedi or Sith?
Does it matter? Perhaps I am
It kind of
neither.
does matter.
And I hold both as what they are, pieces of a whole. Know that I am your teacher, and that is enough.
Then what are you? What were you?
What do you wish to hear?
Oh.
That I once believed in the code of the Jedi? That I felt the call of the Sith? That perhaps once I held the galaxy by its throat?
I think we've seen this
that
before,
for every
but now we
good
know a
work
bit
that
more.
I did, I brought equal harm upon the galaxy? That perhaps what the greatest of the Sith Lords knew of evil they learned from me? What would it matter now? There is only so much comfort in knowing such things, and it is not who I am now.
Seen this, haven't we? Yeah, we've seen
Learn
that.
from me, my mistakes, and use that knowledge to become greater than I. That is all I ask.
Maybe we
In
should
you
have-
all my hopes rest for the future, for the Force.
Yeah. She's definitely using me for her own agenda. Not sufficient, but...
If it means so much to you, then this I swear to you upon my life, upon our lives, that when your training is complete, I will answer everything. There shall be no more shadows between us, only truth that exists between master and apprentice.
Put that back together again. She's definitely got something going on as Kriya, some agenda of her own. You know, I think she's been messed about too much by people. And she's using me to do it. Bolt deflection +4, more charisma, restricted light side or neutral. Plenty of stuff. Yeah. Attack modifier +2, we can slow, it does a lot of... It's ridiculous, this thing. Absolutely ridiculous. Right then, I'm going to go. Next time we're going to go somewhere else and do something. Until then, thanks very much for watching. Toodaloo. I don't know.